Alrighty. Get my stuff set up and we can get live and play and watch. Some map making. Alright, so we got Net Radiant going. Let's go ahead and open up Crystal Shard again. And as you know, well, somebody's following me. That's likely a bot. I don't know, Sniff Zerler, you might be a real person. If you are, welcome. If you're a bot, well, thanks for the notification, I guess. Anyways, we're going to be working on a defense map that I've actually started already. I may tweak how I've done this cave. I don't really like how I've concaved it. Concaved the cave. Fortunately, I don't think I can undo. So I may have to redo the geometry on this chunk, but that shouldn't be too bad. It's going to be a few clicks though. Like so. I've also done all of this. I think I'm just going to remove all of it and essentially retry making this section. Keep in mind, I am by no means an expert at any of this, but what we're going to do is copy this, yeah, and we're going to basically do this in two parts. The first part is the cave, which I'm going to go ahead and just take this chunk and do that. The second part has to do with fixing my wall here, which I think I can do this really kind of simply. What I can do is go into face mode, select this wall. Can I extrude? Do I know how to extrude? That's got to be like an option, like an easy option. I know that I've seen some cool tricks. Let's actually go look up Net Radiant custom. There's a GitHub repo. This is essentially my tool that I'm using. And they have a cool highlight reel. And if you watch this, look, you can just edit it in the 3D viewport. And you can also do all these cool features. But the problem is I don't understand how you do these. Like, see how he did that stretch there? I don't know the hotkey for that. I know that there's a hotkey for it. I just don't know how. I want to look at shortcuts real quick, see if I can figure out some of these cool things. Because that would be like an extrude, camera movement, clipper. I know about shift return. I learned that one. That's a cool one. But how do you do an extrude? Is there an actual feature called extrude? I don't think so. Fit texture, maximize view, mirror, mouse build is B, and Q. Let's try those. There we go. So Q is the magic button to just make geometry on the fly. What does B do? B is resize. What? Interesting. But we did learn a cool new command, which is B. Max extrusion is Control-Alt-M1. I think if I select this face, Control-Alt-F mouse 1, no? There. Kind of. It did do the extrusion, but it did it kind of weird. Can I do it on the other side? There we go. It's still shrinking, but I can fix that. That actually was pretty easy, honestly. So this made a new geometry, and now I can go to edge select, select this edge, and manipulate it to try to fix this gap, which I'll do it by eye. Then we can use edge mode, or no, vertex mode, grab this edge. And I know this is not the most intuitive way, but you know what? It kind of works. Basically, we want to move this over to there, this up. And yeah, this geometry actually has a couple issues. But actually, I think that's because I'm in vertex mode. Yeah, you can see that that's normal to have the oddity. But as you can see, that geometry is decent. It's not going to be perfect because I'm a noob, but it should be good enough. Then we can take this side, put that flush. Let's go ahead and hide the roof. And we can kind of repair this a little bit more. Something like that. Same thing with the floor. We can hide it, do some touch-ups. I don't think that overlap's going to be too bad. But yeah. There is going to be a little bit of a gap, potentially. But I don't think that's the end of the world. We'll see, though. I'm not totally sold on that mentality, but we'll see. Cool. So now that we got this geometry in, let's first apply this texture, which, by the way, how do I do the texture select again? I think I already have it selected. I can just click there. Okay. So we have this brush, and what we need to do is essentially make, which, by the way, I have another one right here. We're going to make the 3 entrances, and one of the entrances, I'm literally just going to do it like right through this wall here. So to make that, we're going to go ahead and move this over. We're going to lower the grid size and let it snap. Because this thing is about, what is it saying? 80 by 16 by 76. So this thing's plenty big. And we're going to go ahead and kind of extrude it out a little bit. Like so. Let's go ahead and put the ground back. We can kind of try to flush this with the ground a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and extrude this face out. And I want to double check. How's this geometry look? Yeah, it fits in there perfect. And we have a little bit of a lip. That's okay. It's kind of flattening the cave, and we can always recess the entrance once we get it done. So now that we got this guy going, we did just learn something that's really cool, because what we can do is we're going to have a flat cave here. What we can actually do is take this, stretch it out a little bit more, right? And we can actually give this a little bit of a height. Or maybe we can. Why am I not able to move this? Well, I can do that in a different way. So we have this like entrance, right? Now what we can do is we can click Control Shift left click, get out of face mode, and I think, okay, maybe not. Why isn't this hotkey working now? What was the, it was like Control Shift left click was the builder mode. Oh, no, no, no. It was B and Q. It's like B. I just did it. Why am I having issues remembering what I just did? That was Control Shift left click, but I'm trying to remember the key now. Clipper clip, split, flip, clone, clone and make unique, center, cap, you know, I never used W. I'm going to reset that. No. All right. Did it show me here? Yeah. Control Alt and then mouse click. Oh, I was just clicking the wrong key. But look. So I made this, and now if I click this face and go into movement, why can't I shift this up? Do I have to go into edge mode? What's up with this? All right, there. So what we can do is let it kind of go up. Cool. And then if I do Control Alt click on this edge again, whoa, let's get out of that. Control Alt mouse 1. Why isn't that working? I did it once. Mass extrusion of selected brush faces. I have to be in face select mode. There. A little weird. Anyways, now I can select this face. I can't have it in edit mode is what that's trying to tell me. Like I can't transform. Also, it really drives me nuts when I can't use face to move an edge and I have to select all four. It's a little unintuitive. But now we can make like an arc. You see that? And I can like rotate this. And now I'm getting all these clean edges. I have a feeling though when I do hollow, this is going to mess it up bad. In fact, before we continue, I'm going to go ahead and look at how exactly this is hollowing. Arguably what I could do though is take each of these geometries, press spacebar, use scale, and scale this all consistently by snapping it down one and snapping it in one. And what this will do, potentially, oops, I gotta go in this way. Whoa, why are you guys all... This is not going to work right, but we can try it. We can try it. No, yeah, you can see this edge is messed up. So I'm going to have to do it, I think, each part individually. Yeah, let's try that real quick. So I'm going to go spacebar scale. Damn it. That's bad because now there's two pieces. But let's do spacebar scale. Move this down. Oop, I want this to be perfect, but every time I scale, it's scaling on an edge. That's not what I want. Well, can I hollow each chunk? I mean, that looks pretty solid. And you figure if I do that for each chunk, and then I remove this face, I mean, the edges are odd, but I can fix that. And this part, I need to do a BSB subtract, actually. How would I best make a chunk in the center after a hollow? But let's keep going with this for a little bit and see how clean this geometry is. It actually looks pretty clean. No, because that hollowing is gonna just make everything unhappy. Okay, so this is no longer hollow. Let's try this again. I'm just learning techniques on how to make a tunnel cleanly with built-in tools. Let's try hollow pull faces. So what this is doing is it keeps the outer edge right. I think this is going to be a cleaner cut. Because you figure, right? Let's go down this route. We're going to go ahead and save this as Crystal Shard Cave 1, right? What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to do a subtract here. In fact, let's hide the ground. We're going to do a CSG subtract. And what that's going to do is now this geometry is cut, right? Then we're going to do a pull faces. And we're going to cut this out. And you can see we now have almost perfect geometry. I know all these pieces are now wonky, but we do this on each part. And then we come in and delete these. This geometry looks perfect. See that? Now we have an edge and we don't have any yeah. And arguably, when we do that, we don't even have to take the outer shaders. But I mean, oops. We may as well because I like texturing things. And it's not like this geometry is ever going to be a real issue. Does this build clean? Like, am I leaking? I'm going to assume I'm leaking. Yeah. Though I'm leaking over here, which is odd. Why am I leaking through this? Is it literally this? Like, what is caps, by the way? Oh, there's an auto cock feature. How do I use this? Because according to this, you select the chunks, or all the chunks. How do you select all? And then, we go modify, or what is it under? Brush autocock. But I don't know where this, there. If we do that, and then we do build. No. How does autocock work? I think it's taking out the shaders. Because look, yeah, cocking removes shaders that aren't being used, I think is what that does. See, now it says caulk on all the outer edges. Bending a patch pipe cylinder. Yep. Which I gotta learn how to do that too. That's something I can't do that, right? I can't just select. It doesn't work for me. That's cool though. I wonder how we can do that. So, yeah, we got a geometry issue here. And I don't know the best fix for it. There's got to be a fix for that. Brush. Apparently, Bob's Tools brush cleanup. That's cool. They're saying it also could be that this geometry is possibly entity 5, brush 0, entity leaked. Is it this light? Why is this light leaking? Like, how is even a light leaking? I don't think it's the light directly. Yeah, see, even he's leaking. But why is he leaking through this geometry? From what I can tell, this looks solid as can be, right? Like this spot specifically. I'd be more expecting this area to leak. Maybe this corner. I mean, it looks... Okay. They're also saying it might be just bad geometry, but I'm not sure. I'm going to duplicate and then scale real quick, and I just want to see if it like magically fixes it, having it bigger. Nope. It still says it's leaked, which is so bizarre. Is it maybe this guy? Nope. It's still saying this is leaking. What did I do wrong with this guy? Well, let's delete him. What just happened? I think I tried to extend and it failed. Interesting. Why is this geometry? I'm going to need a second hole anyways, but I am very confused why this is being such a pain in the butt. But I did learn how to do this a little bit better. And obviously if I compile now, you leak, and that's fine. There's nothing there to stop you. For fun, let's create something. Oh, hold Alt and just left click a wall? That's it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this geometry is still solid. Okay, so now this is leaking. Is it just how I'm doing the edges or something? Frankly, at this point, what I'm thinking is right? And then the same ordeal over here. Okay, so now it's happy. I feel like whatever I did with all that geometry is just not working well. Which sucks because I'd love to have it all cool looking. But I think what I could do is I could first design all of my caves, and then I can work on all of these guys. Because that geometry wasn't too hard considering the amount of headaches it's been introducing. So let's think about this for a sec. We got this cube, right? What we can just do is spacebar, move this guy out. We can put him about here. So rotate, oops, about there. Move him into place, roughly there. that how you change like a pivot rotation? Interesting. So I can move the pivot, and I imagine like on rotate, this is super helpful. Like if I want to make this a door, oops. Yeah, see, I can change its pivot. Nice. I should have known that. All right, so we have door 1, or cave 1, cave 2, which arguably should be a little bit more to the right. Maybe about there. And we want this to be wall 1. And then we can copy this, put it over here, rotate, and let's straighten it. And this is cave 3. Cave 3, we're going to line up with the doorway, basically. Okay. So this is where I'm planning to have the cave. Boom, 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 boom. I think that looks good. We could arguably move this back now, which, if I'm not corrected, you can just hold Alt while in scale mode. There. And the same ordeal with the top. That is much easier. Okay, so now we're going to take this face, extrude it out, and this one, I'll let you look down this pipe, just like I'm letting you look down this one a little bit. However, at about this point, I want to use Builder, Control Alt, click. Okay, and this should make second geometry, right? Yeah. And we're going to kind of do the same sort of ordeal, but this time we're going to go down and right, I think. So we'll shift this side out. No, we're going to shift. This is a part I don't understand, is how do I get this to move? Like, how do I select this face? Probably with edge mode. No. Okay, wait. Vertex mode, hold Alt. Okay, wait. Vertex mode, hold Control. No. What is the select mode? Like, how do I do cursor select? I almost feel like I should take all this documentation and just write it out on its own file. Because auto cock selected is F4, brush 3 sided is Control 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't have any commands for that. F5 is CSG subtract is Shift U. CSG wrap merge is control U, which honestly I doubt I'll use ever. Camera stuff, I feel like I can just clear. Tab's nice. Wait. Back, forward. Camera forward, camera free. I want the camera free stuff. So camera free, forward, left, right. And we can go ahead and clear these ones. Because I know I like this. This is my preferred camera view. I like just flying around after a single right click. So we'll keep those the same. Okay. Camera left we can clear. I don't need camera modes. I don't need camera right, do I? No. I want strafing. Probably won't ever use that. Okay, so we have cap, current curve. What I'm also going to start doing is, I really doubt I'll use these ever. These are the operations I'm going to use more. Center view, I never use. Center XYZ view, Control Shift Tab. That's kind of nice. Is it just, what is it centered on? Is it on the object? That's not bad. I like that. So let's call this XYZ focus. And honestly, I want it to be something like Shift Tab. Is that on anything yet? There we go. Center XY view is Shift Tab. I think that's a nice combo. Okay. Choose brush color. Yeah. All right. Clipper, clip, return. I use this. Clipper, flip is control return. And clipper split is shift return, which is the one I use the most. Clone selection is space. Clone selection and make unique is shift space. These are another like must-have commands. Copy I don't actually use much, but still. Copy, Control C. Delete selection. Z. I use that. Drag edges is E. Drag faces is F. Drag verts is V. I do that a lot. Entities connect. I don't know what that is. It's actually a pain in the ass to select two entities. Are these now? Oh. Okay, so group entities is what Control K does. Where the hell did I just do this? There. And we call that entity ungroup. Is ungroup the opposite of control K? I think control K unlinks it. Anyways, let's keep going. Exit, shift, expand selection to entities, expand selections. I don't think I'm going to use those often, but let's put them in anyways. Filter, 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 filter. Filter light, filter models, filter patches. I think this one I'll use. Fit texture, Control F. And hide selected I already use a lot. Invert curve. I really doubt I'm going to use this much, but maybe I got to play with this more. Invert selection, I doubt I'll use much either. I don't know what those mean. Is this like a grouping system? Structural is the default state for brushes. Textures that are not manipulated by shader scripts to be transparent or non-solid do not change. Essentially, this is a change it back command for make detail. It removes the detail flag from the brush. The surface will block viz. Oh, so it has to do with, I don't think we need to worry about those at all. I don't think they even get imported. What is M doing? Map info? Oh, that's super minor. I don't actually care about M at all. So we're almost done with all the hotkeys. Or at least we're on M. Maximize view, mouse build. So this is something I feel mouse drag might need something. But yeah, let's do mouse build is B, right? Mouse drag or transform is Q. But one thing that's weird about Q is it's also resize. I think I jacked that up at one point. Where is resize? It's going to be like drag resize. Or do you think that Q is the reason? Confusing. Regardless. Mouse rotate R. Mouse scale. I'm actually going to put mouse scale. To something probably. Mouse translate is W. We know this one. Mouse UV is G. Move to camera is Control Shift V. That's another camera thing. Which, where did I put the focus ones? Move to camera is Control Shift V. Oh, moves whatever you're on to the camera spot. Should be move selection to camera, and honestly, I'll never use that. Because I won't ever use the in-game perspective for object placement, I don't think. Neutralize patch. I don't even know what this is. Next leak spot. Ooh. Next view. I guess that's good. Region set selection. Ooh, alt down and up. Can I like do... That's nice for nudging. Select textured, Control Shift A. Let's see if this is Shift Control A. Is this selecting everything that's been textured? Like the same? Okay. No. Because look, I select this, then I go select textured, and it goes into the freaking wall. Why? Like all this is being selected. Like if I click here, it's selecting all of these. Why? That command is not making sense to me. Shift arrows for textures tweaking. I don't understand the toggle textures. Okay. So I learned a few commands. The question is like, for example, cube clip is control backspace. For fun, control backspace. I don't get it, like how this works. I know X is the draw. Why is it not? Like you're supposed to be able to go boom, boom, there. See? And I can do different cuts with that. So the drag commands, which are like, I'm curious about mouse UV real quick too. Because apparently if I go like, yeah, I can tweak the texture. Why is there like a small piece of geometry right here? I don't want that. So this part still doesn't fully make sense to me. B, Alt, no. Okay, so I want to select this object, but I want to move it. So B mode. It's not. How would I do that again? It's Q. Q is the command. It's not intuitive to me. But yeah, now we can shift edges and stuff if I want. Which I like. Alt, Q, Alt is for that. All right. Now, this guy, we still need to figure out. What we could have done, by the way, is when we made this cube, we have this wall that gets made, right? In fact, we could duplicate this one, move it back over here, like so. Move it down, because it should fit perfect. What is it, Control Tab? Yeah. Right? And then we can also go Q. We can go ahead and Alt, click this, move it out to like behind the screen here. And what this is doing in theory, minus the fact that I'm elevated too much. Yeah, why is the edge on that so bad? And the roof is too big. So that didn't work so well. It's all right. We can remake these. I'm still learning what the heck I'm doing, so. I actually might stop for a bit. It's frustrating, you know, as you're learning, trying to get all these little commands and shit together. But I'm learning a lot about the commands. I now have my little documentation I'm going to review. And we'll do some more streaming later. But yeah.